Namaste. I'm Alexandra from Inner Quantum with Alexandra. Today I will make a channel to receive guidance on the overall energies for the year 2022. So just give me a moment while I go in channel, and then we will receive the overview. See you in a moment. We are here. We are always here. We welcome you. So the question is to receive guidance, an overview of the energies for what you call your calendar year of 2022. So we would like to say to that first of all, the entrance, the changeover into a new numerological calendar year on your date of 31st of December is a rather arbitrary date. It is not a moment, it is not a day that is energetically especially aligned. It just forms part of your matrix time concept. So we would like to start off by saying that it is not so that entering into this new phase, this new calendar year, that from one day to the next, the energies will be noticeably different. But there is a very different signature, a predominant energy that will happen throughout, that will occur throughout the year 2022. This will not happen right away in January, but you are still in this process of transmutating and moving through some very intense energetic shifts that will lead to a kind of culmination point end of March, early April. That is, in many ways, we would like to say, the moment where the new frequency, the new energy for that year will start to be seen, will start to be noticeable, visible in your 3D collective reality. And so we could say to that the first 3 months, 3.5 months, so the first quarter of your new calendar year is still a process of much purging, recalibration, and integration of different streams of consciousness, higher vibrational frequencies, plasmic waves, photonic light waves, still reconfiguring and initiating your dormant DNA, allowing for the proper integration of the crystalline frequencies that are forming the foundation of what is to come in your shared collective reality of humanity. And so that year that you call 2022, it will have a different feel to it, a different flavor, as things will also start to, from your perspective, kind of speed up So you are in a transitional period. This was started most recently in the convergence point of 2012. And you are now entering, you could say, a higher harmonic, a higher octave. And so all of these years, all this period was necessary for the recalibration of the different frequencies on your planet and all the beings on it and the planet itself. Much of the change that will arise in this new year from April on, more or less, will also have to do with what you call the pandemic. So this will be a time frame and a chapter in which much disclosure will happen. Much new or old information will be highlighted in your shared reality. And behind the scenes, many of your old structures, certain old traditional companies, corporate companies, they will have new leadership. They will implement changes. Many of these old structures on any level of your society will start to crumble. And perhaps that is the best way to describe partly what is the flavor of this new energy. It is an acceleration of an awakening, an acceleration of an expansion that is already happening in large swath of your human population. As you are heading into this higher frequency, it is what you call the new earth. So, as we have said, the first 3 months, 4 months are still very much about the integration and the proper reconfiguration of these new available frequencies that are being beamed into and streamed into your planetary orbit and all its layers, its auric field, we could say. So there will be also many governmental, political restructuring, as there's going to be a general breath of fresh air. So this means that a part of the old needs to be first dismantled, let go of, before a new can be implemented. But this will definitely start in the course of next year, what you call your next year. Understand that time is a relative concept, that you as a collective humanity have adhered to this concept of time in order to be able to structure your human experiences. It is what we would call time space. But time is very relative. And so the moment that you would transcend 3D and the lower 4D and away from your little solar system, you enter in what is called space-time, where there is virtually no time. It is where time collapses as you know it. So now what we would like to give you is to use this first quarter of the year to be focusing on your delayering, purification, recalibrations. We would advise and recommend that each one of you that feels called to these transmissions and who is listening to these channelings, that you would find a practice that could assist you in these deeply, profoundly transformational processes as you are entering a final phase. So you could consider fasting, taking salt bath, working with sound. Sound overall is going to be a very important aspect of the new society that you are building. So work with sound, go within, open yourself up to new, expansive quantum experiences in which you can not only accelerate your recalibration, but be subject to expansive experiences that will give you glimpses of your true quantum multidimensional nature and what it is to be a fully initiated 12-strand human. How to maintain a frequency that is as high as 5D. So we would like to advise you to use this time wisely. Adjust your diets, go on fasts, and also build communities. Communities are extremely powerful, as there is a knockoff effect of the collective frequency that you hold when you come together in a group of like-minded souls. So gather together, build communities, expand your communities. You will need each other. As in the second part of your new calendar year, there will be a need for new leadership, for people to guide the way, to offer higher embodied leadership, to be an example for the rest. So all of the changes occurring on your planet may be accelerated and be facilitated in the smoothest manner possible to assist in the places of chaos, as some places on your planet will not have cohesive, peaceful transitions to new systems. This will also affect your weather patterns, as weather is always in tandem with the prevalent collective levels of consciousness and emotions on a planet. So this may surprise you, but you are very much connected to the weather patterns. You are not separate from anything. So there will be a continuation of events, occurrences that you call so-called nature disasters, which we would like to point out, of course, are only a point of perspective. They are your planet's way of recalibrating itself, of reconfiguring the energies, dispensing with the old, stagnant, lower vibrations, so predominant in large parts of your planet. So all of these connections and these patterns will also become increasingly visible for the ones that are awakened to see. So refine your own spiritual practices, come together in community, and spend time daily. Dedicate a small portion of your waking moments to envisioning a better world, to envisioning this new earth, this 5D frequency reality. It is already here. It is not a place. It is not a destination. It is not another planet, but it is a higher frequency reality manifested on your own planet Earth. It is by the raising of your own frequency that you can ascend into these more subtler realms. But this will require refinement, purity, profound transmutation. It will require a certain alchemy. So we would like you to look into this practice of these rituals, the mystery schools of alchemy, as they will help you, assist you in the next phase of this shift that is occurring on your planet. So your calendar year 2022, especially in the second half, when the new winds are starting to blow, are starting to pick up pace, should we say. This is where many of you will be asked to change roles, to anchor these frequencies of change, of justice for all, of living in harmony with your natural environment and your planet as a sentient, living, breathing being. Balance the masculine and the feminine within you. This is a most arduous task, a most necessary component of the ascension that is at hand. Each one of you, whether you represent as male or female within the physical, or anything in between, you all hold masculine and feminine energies. And it is extremely important that you bring those two into perfect balance within your being. Again, this can be achieved by the help of a community, by a certain spiritual practice. So in wrapping this up, we could say that there are roughly two parts to your next year. So there is still the rippling out of the transmutational frequencies that you must pass through, portals, gateways, plasmic waves, until the start of April. Interestingly enough, April in your zodiac count, in your zodiac calendar, April is the first month of your new year. So we could say that this year, all of these energies align. So April will be the start of a new energy when the new winds will start to blow. So use the first 3-4 months to purify your system, to deepen your practice, to build more communities, to do the work, to adjust your diets, focus on organic foods, focus on light foods. You could introduce gazing at the sun. Some of you are already doing this. This is a most refined practice, as you do not need to take all your physical sustenance from outside sources, such as food and drink. Your humanoid species can take much of its sustenance from the life force that is prevalent all around you. And the sun plays a very, very large part in this process of subtle photosynthesis. So perhaps look into that. Start gazing at the sun. Do it very carefully. This will also aid in the alkalization of your physical vessels, which is most needed in this overall alchemical process of what you call the shift and ascension. And after you enter, once you enter into your spring, on the spring equinox, the 22nd of March, that will be the final, that will be like the horns calling you to the next phase. So this next spring equinox is going to be an extremely important portal that you will go through to get you into April, where the new signature frequencies will be introduced to your collective. And this will pick up speed around the summer solstice, which is always an extremely powerful anchor point within your reality. So we hope this was helpful. We would like to leave it at this, as this vessel, as this channel will update on the coming months and the energies flowing into your earth and lives. So we leave you always reminding you that you are the divine spark. You are not separate from this. We hope this was helpful, and we hold you in love. You are all very, very loved. Thank you for receiving these words and these frequencies. Thank you. As as my channel said, I will do a follow-up when we are already in the new year. And anyway, I hope that you enjoy it, and know that live channeled information is always a heart-based occurrence. So allow to receive this through your heart. Allow for the expansion on your heart. And have a beautiful week. And see you all soon. Thank you.